So you want to get better at Rainbow Six Siege? Well, we've all been there, and here are some of the things that I wish I would have known when I was a beginner almost 10 years ago. My first tip would be to use shotguns. Now, shotguns will teach you a ton in this game, mostly positioning, and positioning is key in higher lobbies. The nicest part about shotguns is that you're going to always need to play in the range that you need to be in to get kills with your shotgun. Where certain weapons, you might not be doing that. You might be running an ACOG on an LMG but be in close range, which will just not be optimized for you on offense. Shotguns, you have to play close range, and that is where they are punishing. So this will teach you how to position well and to know when to swing. My second tip would be to play your role. A lot of newer players will pick operators like Doc or Vigil because they think that this game is all about fragging out and doing good, which leads to them dying way more than they need to be. My biggest tip would be to play operators that do not require reactional utility. These will be operators like Mute or Jaeger, where you can put down your utility in prep phase and still provide use even if you die. My next tip would be to know how to play solo queue and in a team, because they are completely different. Solo queue requires way different operators than team play. Team play also allows much more strategy, especially on offense. Now, it won't make much of a difference on defense, maybe here and there, but defense, you don't have a lot of options. You either play traps, you play intel, or you play somewhere in the mix. Offense is where it's a huge difference between solo and team play. In solo queue, you might not be running Ying trying to get the plant off, but in team play, this is so easy to do. Offense is incredibly easy when you're in teams who all know how to coordinate and pull off certain strategies. But in solo queue, you might just be best sticking with Nomad or Jackal, because you don't have all the intel or all of the utility that you may have when you're squatted up with a nice stack. Coming in at number 4, you need to be learning from every single game. Too many people are stuck in Plat, Emerald, or even up to Diamond, and they just think that they have mastered it all. I'm sorry to break it to you, you haven't. You need to be learning from these strats. You need to be trying things new still. You need to be perfecting absolutely everything until you genuinely are one of the top tier players. I've hit champ for plenty of seasons with an above average KD now, and I'm still learning new things every single day because there are people who still beat me, and that will happen, and you just have to be okay with it. Rolling right off of that is number 5, that this is not Call of Duty. This game is a lot more in-depth, and it's not just you running around fragging out. That's what separates a lot of platinums to emeralds, a lot of emeralds to diamonds, and a lot of diamonds to champ, is that as soon as you go against a team that knows that you're just trying to frag out, they're going to abuse that, and they're going to punish you for trying to play recklessly. You need to be using your gadgets, you need to be playing appropriately, or else the teams that are doing that and know how to learn from that, they're going to punish you and you're going to lose very, very quickly. At number 6, you need to be getting creative, especially on defense. Defense has a lot of operators that can be used almost anywhere on the map, like Mira or like Azami. These characters alone can completely change the game. Azami is super fun to just roam with and try to hold down very hard to contest areas. For instance, Kitchen when you're defending Arsenal on Clubhouse, or Z-Hall if you're defending Kitchen on Oregon. Azami can put up so many Kibas to be able to defend you from areas that you would not be able to originally defend. Although Mira is best used on site for the majority of time, if you're not going to be running Mira in the first place and you just want to give her a shot, have fun with her. Set up somewhere that would throw the enemies off guard, or try setting up somewhere that you know the attackers will have to push to add that little bit of roadblock to their offense. At number 7, you need to be learning your sensitivity and learning your guns. Too many people try to throw on a pro player's sense and think that they're going to be just fine with that, even though they are not that pro player. That makes no sense. You are an individual. You need to be going through, mastering your own sense, filling out a bunch of different settings, by the way. I use outer threshold on advanced settings. I also use horizontal look acceleration. These are settings that not a lot of people use because most people tell you not to have your advanced options on, which I would completely disagree with. A lot of these can completely change how your sense feels. There's nothing wrong with running attachments that you know will help you. You don't need to act like you can control every single weapon and throw on extended barrel. You just need to be real with yourself, and if you can't control it, throw on suppressor, throw on angled grip, throw on horizontal grip, but just be real with yourself. And if you can't control it, add something on to make your gunplay a little bit better. The next thing that I'd say you need to learn is perspective and sound cues. Now here we're going to demonstrate perspective on this dummy. Now if this were a real player, he is standing way too close to this door. That's why I'm seeing his gun, his knee, his foot, way before he'd ever be seeing me. Even right here, he would not be able to see me. I could freely shoot him. Now too many people neglect that they actually have a gun and other limbs in this game, and that you need to know what is showing. If this was a real player, he would be dead instantly because he'd just get swung and taken out. Now here's another demonstration. Since I'm standing further back, I'm seeing him way before he'd see me, but I could freely shoot him and kill him. Now how do you change this? Well, let's take a real life example. If you had your face stuck in a wall coming around it, half your body would be showing before you would actually see anything. Now if you just stand further back, you're able to see a lot more. Now sound cues you'll probably just learn over time, but I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of what crouching, standing, and laying down sounds like. Here's walking and running. And here's crouch walking. Coming in at number 9, you need to think for yourself. I got shamed so much for using this rotate on Chalet, and now it's finally coming out that this rotate's actually better. I've been using this for years, and it's because I understood why this rotate is much better than this one. If I see somebody using this rotate, the first thing I'm going to do on offense is to get on this window for about a minute to get 2 to 3 free picks, because you know dang well every single defender is going to run through this line of sight at least once when defending upstairs Chalet. But since all the AIs on TikTok were telling people to make this rotate, I was wrong for making this rotate. And now it's coming out that this one's quite a bit better, and a lot of pro players are now using this rotate. Now everything in this game comes with a pro and a con. This rotate could defend you from K9 much better, whereas this one doesn't. But this rotate allows you to also watch K9 from closet. So think for yourself and use this as your example. Everything in this game comes with a pro and a con. It's up to you to find it. Now thank you for watching. This video is now over. Make sure to like and subscribe, because if you don't, you're going to lose without these amazing tips.